Welcome to Hitman 3 and Dubai. You know how it goes by now. I am Mastery level 1 and I'm gonna get to 20 by completing a whole bunch of challenges. So, let's get to it. In the default starting location in Dubai, I can only bring in one item and that's gonna be the fiber wire. Let's press the right button and start. As always, above me is the tracker that tells you how I'm doing, what challenges I'm completing, how many points I have, and as always, the goal is 114,000 points, of which 110 will come from challenges and 4,000 from actions such as completing objectives, discovering locations, unlocking doors, you know, that sort of small things. The interesting thing about Hitman 3 is that getting those 110,000 points is actually a lot more than it was in the other two games. Because in Hitman 1, a typical mission would have between 140 to 160,000 points tied to challenges. And in Hitman 2, it was even higher than that, with Mumbai peaking at 199,000, so a lot of excess to work with. In Hitman 3, Dubai is the map with the most points tied to challenges, at 136,000. So I have to do more challenges in relation to the challenges available than in the previous two games. Alright. But we won't let that stop us. Based on what I've looked at, it's actually gonna work out pretty nicely. First challenge to do in Dubai is disguising myself as the event staff member. Please close the door. It's gonna be messy in here. Bonk and bonk. Give me your keycard and give me your disguise. Another new thing that Hitman 3 adds, although you have already seen it in Ambrose Island, are persistent shortcuts. I'll generally try to go for those whenever possible, as I feel like doing things that are persistent is a nice thing to do in a completion run like this. There's one. Hitman 3 also has a bunch of, what do you call those, key codes that you have to find around the level. Or you can just know them. I'll try to find them in the level before using them, but we'll see if that works out, because some of them are a little time consuming to find, as you have to wait for dialogue and such. Anyway, I just picked up a screwdriver, which I'm gonna use to destroy that camera, which allows me to bonk this guy for his outfit. And for this crowbar. Knock out these two. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to kill her, but it happens. Seal the fuse so I can power up the art piece that is eventually going to electrocute Marcus, the first target. He is almost here. Place the fuse, and then I just gotta increase the power on the sun. And there he goes. I don't care about getting spotted here. I just need to get to the penthouse quickly, and I believe this to be the best option. And that guard won't be following me for this far. Fortunately, you can use the crowbar to unlock this door, even though it requires a keycard normally. You can also use a lockpick. It's a strange door. I'm briefly gonna pick up the chef outfit while I'm here. I'll try to avoid getting shot at, because I still want to fiber wire my second target. But I don't care if it gets a bit messy. And there's Carl. Get the fiber wire ready. And wrap this up. And we can replan after this. Nice. With that, I've now unlocked a better starting location at the meeting room. And I can bring more items, so I'm gonna bring in some lethal poison, as well as some coins, and a gun. Never know when you need that.
right, gather up.
Gather up, accept me, I'll be on my way. I'll check a back room over here for a bottle of whiskey that will come into play later. And pay attention to some dialogue here as I exit this room. Cornelia Stuyvesant. That's gonna be relevant later on that I triggered that dialogue. But long before that, I gotta head back to the penthouse and make some food. I'll take the same route as before. Crowbar from over here to unlock the door. And the same usual thing. In order to get the poisoning challenge to work, you got a few options on how to do it, but the one I find to be very functional is to make the food yourself, poison it, and then ring the egg timer. And in order to make the food yourself, you gotta get this outfit. Prep the food.
Oh, it smells delicious. Is it nearly done?
Poison the food, and then hit the timer without hitting the switch over there that summons Carl. Key from this guy, as well as some rat poison. And I hide his body because Carl normally goes through this room on his way here. Couple of easy pickup challenges here. This statue. Easy 1,000 points. And the saber, another easy 1,000 points. And another easy 1,000 points for a shortcut. I'll also be getting the pilot outfit. Not just for the outfit, but also because I will be going for a Chameleon, which is getting all of the disguises in a level. This shortcut, I think, is pretty useless in general, but I will unlock it for those free points. I'll actually take this ladder down instead, because it goes to a more convenient position, and at the bottom there is a helicopter key, which is another easy 1,000 points. And now the whiskey will soon come into play. I'll make a little bit of a detour here, because I'm also going for discovering all the areas in Dubai, and there is one room in here that I would normally never go into otherwise, so I'll just peek into the security room. There we go. Just to discover it. Change outfits. I need to be a staff member again. And go poison a reporter who was early on in the level very excited about Stuyvesant. I'm gonna give her a couple of coins to slow her down. And 47, can you hurry up with this? Poison the whiskey. And serve her. Poisoning her makes the Stuyvesants reunite in this bar. And while she drinks, I'm gonna go offer a different drink to Marcus, who is approaching a different bar over here and is looking for a very specific whiskey that I happen to be carrying. I won't be poisoning his whiskey, I just need to serve him. And in the meantime, Carl had some lunch. And we are just in time. Hey Marcus, would you like some whiskey?
Excuse me, sir. Here is the fine whiskey that you ordered.
About time. Thank you.
A pleasure. Enjoy.
Now, it takes a bit of time for Marcus to go to the meeting. In the meantime, I'm gonna do something that is specific to this mission, which is unlocking the elevator doors. You may have already noticed that they are actually open as I walked by them, but they shouldn't be. That's because I'm running this... the way this game saves things is a bit inconsistent in this particular instance, and even though I have at one point in time unlock the elevator doors. I have not actually done it in this save that I'm running. So we'll pretend that they are closed until I open them just now.
I don't want blood on my hands. I've never...
And to open them, I need that key card, which summons this magically.
That must have done something. Can you
Open the one where the screen changed. And open the elevator doors. There we go. And we can head back. By now, the Stuyvesants should be close to having their meeting. And I have been found trespassing, but I don't care. I'm already out. Leave me be. He's almost here. So there are two challenges. Arranging the meeting and taking a picture of the meeting. The picture is just, as long as they're both in the picture, it's good enough. There we go.
Finally. She's gone.
And as soon as the other challenge pops up, I'm gonna punch him and throw him over the railing.
Hi. Dad.
Oh, what the hell? Are you nuts?
Enjoy the reuniting. And we can replan. Up next, we'll do a bunch of stuff related to the evacuation. We'll start from the art installation, bring in the Janbian knife that's unlocked from Marrakesh, and a remote taser. Remember how previously I said I would try to get key codes for safes and doors legitimately, rather than just magically knowing them? Yeah, I lied. The key code to a safe I'm about to open is mentioned by a guard outside the door, but he talks very slowly, so I'm not gonna wait for him to say it. I'll just know it, and if you want to hear him say it, just play the game yourself and stand in this room for an extra 5 seconds. Anyway, this is the keypad, 6927, and he's currently in his dialogue where he mentions that combination. Pick up a banana and my crowbar, and of course the keycard that was in the safe that is used to trigger the evacuation, and start the evac. To do that, I have to hit the two of these keycard readers in quick succession, one over here and one upstairs. Doesn't matter which order, but this order obviously makes the most sense to me, especially since I'm allowed to do it while in this outfit. Evacuation is on, but it still takes a bit of time before the targets get here, so I'll kill some time by discovering locations that I otherwise would not go into, such as the bedrooms upstairs. Sir?
You identify yourself.
I work
Show me
here.
your hands now.
Leave me be. It's fine. Right. All of the penthouse is now discovered. There's a couple of more zones just down from here that I would not otherwise go into, so this is a good time to check those out as well. Also, there's a chance for throwing somebody down the elevator shaft, so it's a good thing I opened those elevators, and it's a good thing this guy's standing right next to one. So he's easy to throw. Off he goes. I rise prop. Discovered a meeting room. And I believe down here is like a security zone. Here we go. And all important areas have now been discovered. Just a couple left that I will naturally walk through eventually. In the side room here we have a janitor whose disguise is better for upcoming moments. And I also need to get it for Chameleon. The evacuation situation has finally spread to the penthouse and people are starting to react, but that's alright. I'll do a little bit of prep before the targets get here. Namely, I'm gonna leave my remote taser somewhere here on the water. And I'm gonna place a banana somewhere to the side of the walkway. Just let that guy walk away since I don't want to get spotted just yet.
Call sign Niner. I'm here now and area is clear. Out.
That should be fine. And once both targets are running this way, I'll make a save. There we go. first kill to go for is killing them both while they are jumping. Also, last shortcut of the map. There's an explosive golf ball over here. Doesn't really do anything the way I'm using it, but you know, I may as well try to throw it at one of the targets. For fun. Doesn't unlock a challenge if you use it like this, but some fun allowed. Bonk. And mile high drop. Let's load. Now I'll kill both of them with the Janbia, which is not as trivial as you may think, because there are a lot of guards here, and I'm not allowed to carry a knife. There we go. And load again. Now, this one's a little bit tricky. I'm gonna try to manipulate one of the targets to walk into the banana peel for monkey high business or whatever it's called. And then I'm going to manipulate the other one to also walk on the water, so I can tase them at the same time. And to manipulate them, I'm just gonna stand in front of them and just kind of gently guide them towards the banana peel. Beautiful. And the other one is also in water, and I can electrocute them both just like that. For sky-high voltage. Outstanding. Replan. Next up, I'll gather some disguises that I'm still missing for Chameleon. Start from the guard room and bring in... emetic gas grenade. There it is. The emetic gas grenade, as said before, not exactly my favorite tool in the toolbox, but it is effective. Undeniably. Alright. Emetic gas grenade so I can get hold my hair by drowning Marcus. I have to check the name every single time. Never gonna learn. That should do. And while he's getting sick, I'm gonna go throw Carl, also a check name, off a ledge for a very simple challenge. There's also a couple of disguises here that I need. One of them is the one I'm wearing at the moment, because if you start in a costume, it doesn't count towards Chameleon. You have to switch into it. There goes Carl. Get the disguise from his bodyguards, and then switch back to what I was using before. So that it actually counts towards Chameleon. Yes, I was trespassing, don't worry about it. Worry about the fact that I'm about to drown your boss. Close the door, and here he goes. Now, the last two disguises I'm still missing are the chef, or line cook, or whatever it is, and the assassin. The cook is in the basement. We'll just walk into the kitchen, discover that area, and grab the outfit. And one more to go, which is on the other side of the building, but in the same floor, so it's not too far away. And there is a challenge tied to that specific disguise, even without Chameleon, so it's definitely worth grabbing. And there's the wet worker. Excellent. And replan and go for Silent Assassin next. Okay, for Silent Assassin suit only, we really only have one option for starting location. And I'm also going for the sniper kill, which means bringing in Jaeger 7 Lancer, as well as some keycard scramblers. Let's get to it. So the last room to discover is this deposit room over here. Locker room, whatever it is. And walking in here unlocks Discover Dubai. Unpack my rifle and head down the elevator shaft. Or up the elevator shaft, rather. As the kills will happen in the penthouse, and in order to set up the meeting where I can get both targets, I'll have to hack the server again. And this is why I brought the scramblers. Deal with the camera. And head on over to the server room. It's the same thing I did before with the elevator doors. Or for the elevator doors, rather. This guy still has the key card that I need. Thank you. And I'm also gonna knock out this lady, as she would otherwise find the body. And I don't want that. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but whichever rack you have to pull is random. It is whichever turns yellow after you use the key card. Meeting arranged, and let's move on. At this point, the mission is basically on a timer. And I just have to wait for both of the targets to reach the penthouse for the meeting. And Marcus takes a bit of time, as he is pretty far away. But I'll just wait over here in that box as soon as this guy gives me a chance to get in there. Move along, sir. Thank you. And then I can free cam around a bit while I wait. Marcus is coming from somewhere over here. Yep. So, this is actually the second time I'm recording this Silent Assassin route, and it's because I had too many points the first time through. I need 114,000 points to get to Mastery 20, and of those points, typically 4,000 come from actions, such as unlocking doors, silent takedowns, anything like that. But I had 5,000 points at the end of this one, and I just couldn't have that. So I'm redoing this without taking down the camera recordings, which is 50 points. And that should put me to like 14,970 or something along those lines. And that is much more acceptable to me. We can't have 1,000 points go to waste like that. I know, I'm very stupid, it is completely irrelevant. But I like to be exactly within that range of 114 to 115. Anyway, we're ready for a kill soon, as soon as these guys look away. Look away. And I can get ready to set up the room.
The partners are alone now.
And I'm deliberately not going for a double headshot, I just want one headshot for fewer points.
No, but
Use it to stop the show.
for a long time. You wouldn't call us up here without good reason.
One headshot for straight shot. Deactivate the windows and doors and head on out. That about wraps it up. I hope you enjoyed this. And strongly recommend sticking around for the remainder of Hitman 3. I think it's gonna be pretty interesting with how few challenges it has to offer. Routing is quite an interesting challenge so far, but I am liking how it looks. But yeah, thank you for watching and see ya in Dubai. Dartmoor! Bye!